let's look to the season. How have you been coping with this pause, with this break? How much are you itching to get going?
I'm glad. I'm so happy that we're back. Really, just back training and working again with the lads. Just being around the boys again has been nice, and obviously, just knowing that we're going to be getting back on the pitch doing what we love again on Saturday is just a great feeling.
We've been looking a lot at the Bundesliga and how this period behind closed doors has been affecting the play. They've noticed that there's a lower tackle rate, finally, that the players that can dribble so effectively, that are brave enough to take the ball on and take their chances, have had more space. Does that give you some hope that you'll be able to get played to your full potential?
Boy, I will just have to see on Saturday, because I don't know, man. I don't know about people not tackling me, but that's bizarre. I wonder why, because I don't know why people wouldn't tackle. But boy, that's great news to me, boy. I don't mind. Let's see how it goes on Saturday.
How that's the case. Yeah, it's been true. They're saying it's the rise of the dribbler. The natural footballer is coming back to the game.
That's very good news for me.
I'm glad I put a smile on your face. I'm glad about that. Did you watch any of the opening games? Did you watch Aston Villa or Manchester?
Yeah, I did. I watched it yesterday. The Man City game was a crazy game. Like Arsenal started so well, then obviously that's the problem with Man City. Like you can play so well, one mistake and they punish you. As you saw David Luiz, one mistake, Raheem punished them straight away, and from there it's just like you're on the back foot after that. So yeah, it was a good game to watch, man. It was a nice watch. Nice to have football back, man.
I know, it really did. It felt like Christmas Day yesterday. It was so exciting.
I was just buzzing to sit down and watch football again, man. It was the best thing ever.
Even for you, even though you've been training day in, day out, just having it back on, having the Premier League back.
Yeah, just sat there watching it. Even with the when I heard about the fake noise, the fake crowd noise, I thought that's just gonna be weird. But when I watched the Bundesliga, they played with no noise at all, and it was just like, nah, this is not okay. Like, so the noise, having a fake noise when the teams played made such a difference. Even though there's no one in the seats, you can see empty seats. It still made the game a lot better for some reason.
It's really weird. When I was younger, I used to do the little news reports, and we used to put the fake sounds of goals on and the fake cheers. And I did think people would embrace it, but it's so weird that it works. Yeah. And if you don't overthink it, it becomes more.
Yeah. No. At first I thought, yeah, that's going to make everything more weird than it already is. But it made the game a lot better.
Now, we know Selhurst Park. We know it's famous for the fans. So what's it been like practicing there with no noise? I've been speaking to some players that are toned, fit, ready to go, but they said that's been the hardest thing for them to get their heads around, not having the 12th man.
Yeah. Obviously, everyone knows our fans are amazing, right? The noise they make every game, it actually pushes us on. Like when we're having a difficult game and you're hearing your fans cheering you on throughout the whole game, it makes a massive difference. But it's a thing where we're going to have to just find motivation from within. Literally, we're going to have to cheer each other on throughout the game, because it's going to be weird not having anyone there at all. So you got to demand better from yourself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday, because I know, obviously, this, like, the couple of weeks we've been back, it's just like, obviously, this is a weird period, but we just got to focus again. That's been the main thing.
It's really hard for the fans to get, like all of us at home, like you and I, getting used to having noise, not having noise, but ultimately not being in the ground. When they finally see journalists like me there, when they see all the staff, all the players out there, they really want to be there. Some people writing that this is maybe a conspiracy, that clubs don't want the fans in. We know that's not the case, but I know there's one writer that's doing, or only a couple. I don't think many believe it. But what's your message to the fans? Can you just give them a message about how much you will miss them on the day?
Yeah, 100%, man. Well, the fans mean everything, man. Like, we play for them. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of the best things is like scoring a goal and going and celebrating with the fans. So not having them there is gonna be very different and weird. But hopefully we can have them back, because this is all for them, really. Like, we play to entertain them. So hopefully once we get through all of this, they can be back. We can be back celebrating together.
I really think this is the moment that fans will be really convinced. how
It's true, man, because we need them there, man. They create the atmosphere, they create everything for us. So yeah, we're definitely gonna miss them having them there. So yeah, we look forward to being back with the fans very soon.
I want to talk about this period, the period of the restart. Gary Neville has actually said that your chairman, SteveParish, saved football this season, led to the restart because of his leadership, his maturity. He wasn't, in the sense that he wasn't facing relegation or winning the title. You still got Europe to go to if you're dreaming big. But how impressed were you with his leadership, and is that any surprise to you?
No, it's not really, because obviously he's a sensible man. Like, the stuff he comes out with is well thought through. So I'm glad he managed to lead the way and make us continue, really, because I feel like, what would we be doing now if football wasn't back? Like, watching those games yesterday felt just amazing. Even though there was no fans, with everything going on, being able to have Premier League back is amazing. So him being able to do that, it's a big thank you. We owe him a big thank you, really. So yeah, I'm happy.
How has Crystal Palace kept this sort of championship mentality? And I mean this in the sense of closeness to fans, lack of ego, lots of accessibility. It's still kept that. It's got very local feel, a real connection to it. It hasn't got big time, but there you are. When it came to the end of at this point, when it was crunch time, you weren't anywhere near relegation either. You're looking up.
Yeah, well, I think that's what makes Crystal Palace, because I feel like it's a family. Like, the fans, this is why I say we do it all for the fans, because they genuinely have love for us. They don't see us just as just footballers. Do you know what I mean? Like, they if you was to see a Crystal Palace fan in the street or whatever, or if they was to see us, they'll genuinely. I've had conversations where they genuinely ask how my day is and stuff, how I am. Do you know what I mean? So that's Crystal Palace as a whole. They care about you. The club care about the fans, and I think we have that good relationship. So that's why it works.
We've seen Premier League stars absolutely rise to the occasion during this coronavirus pandemic. The charity work has been incredible. Very early on in the first stages, when we were trying to understand what we were facing and the catastrophe that was landing on the NHS, you very generously gave up 30 of your apartments to NHS staff, nurses and doctors. Why did you do that?
I believe that God gave me a platform, and I'm where I am now. So if I have the opportunity to help people, I always will. Since I've signed my professional contract, I've tried to do the most I can. And I just felt like, if during this period people are trying to stay in, and I've got space, why not help the NHS with people that are have that difficulty of going back home and not trying to give this virus to their family? So why not let them use it? So yeah, me and my business partner thought, it just makes sense, man. Why not help people if we can? And that's just how I think in life in general. If I have the opportunity to help someone, why not? So yeah, that's what came to mind, and yeah, I did it.
And then all as a collective, you got together and put together players together. And just from shirt sales, the other day in a charity auction, you raised another $1 million on top of the money you've already raised by all contributing. Tell me how that all came about. It's not easy to set up a charity fund like that, to give it to the right people, to put the processes in place? How much did you all talk about the strategy and what you were going to do?
We obviously, what's it called? I'm sure every club has their little group chat. So we just spoke in a group chat and obviously go back to the captain, and we're just like, yeah, we're all willing to put whatever we're going to put in. And then he takes everyone's word and then goes back to another captain. And yeah, through like that, we're just like, however we can help. Basically, that really, we just give what we can, because it's like, there was a period where it's like, oh yeah, footballers, what are they doing and this and that. And it's just like, we are more than willing to help. Like, so it was rather easy, really. We just spoke. It was a straightforward conversation. Who's willing to help? Everyone was willing to help. Went to the captain, and then obviously the Premier League, all the different teams went together, and then that's how it started, really.
And it really, you said at the time, Matt Hancock was asking Premier League players what they were doing. What was that like? Because it became this real focus on footballers to help the country out, and it was their responsibility. It was all quite odd, because I get to see, we often talk about the work you do for the Palace Foundation, and you do as charity work the world over, really.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't tend to take, I didn't take that personal, because me personally, I know what I do anyway. So people don't really look deep into people, what footballers do. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, all you see is me on a Saturday playing football. If you look deep into what I do, you'll see what I actually offer people, how I try to help. So it was just another thing where it's like someone that hasn't looked into everything properly. So yeah, I didn't take it as seriously as people did, really.
And I'd just love to look to where you are now. And this week, big game against Bournemouth. You had a fantastic match against them when you last met. I think, was it involved in all 5 goals? Do you think you can start pushing up towards Europe now? Is that where the team are looking up, that mid-table's not enough anymore?
Obviously we'd love to push up, but I feel like the only way we'll do that is just by being consistent, just starting where we left off, keep on giving good performances, really, and hopefully we can push up the table. I don't tend to say, yeah, we're going to go Europe and we're going to get in Champions League, and do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to jinx the team or jinx ourselves, but it's a thing where I just think we just got to stay steady-minded, give good performances, and hopefully we'll keep pushing up.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.